Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hey, Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well, yeah, I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when you said that.
Wow, fiscal philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hello, everybody. It's Saturday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. And on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you could be doing a plethora of activities, good or bad. Now, Fiscal, some of these activities we like to list off every week are pretty R-rated. So why don't you start off? What are some of the activities you could be doing right now at Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern? It's almost Thanksgiving. People are getting antsy for that break, that little, that short-term dopamine rush. What could people be doing right now Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern?
They could be going off on a gambling trip for 4 days.
Oh, hey, it's not gambling when you know you're going to win. And let's just say
right.
we did
That's
pretty
right.
good.
They could be enjoying bottomless mimosas by chance.
Yep.
They could be snorting a little bit of, the devil's snow, as they say.
It is Christmas season, so
Yeah, it is. Santa's got a special little present under the tree, if you know what I mean.
Welcome in Seymour Duck. Seymour Duck has been an official channel member for 2 months. That's a reason to celebrate. I'll say that. We also have the new Christmas backdrop in here because I think it's becoming fair game to start putting up the Christmas decorations. I don't know about you. There you go. I know Alan would be happy. He was the person that was nagging me to get rid of the Halloween decorations. So there's the Christmas decorations. You're welcome. So enjoy our month. Yeah, I was thinking, you could be shooting up some fentanyl through a straw off of a hooker's backside.
Puffing paint,
Yeah, it's just not quality things that you want to be doing with your lifestyle.
No.
You could be putting up more LGBT Christmas pride decorations and saying that's the reason your stock goes down 20%.
You could be sucking all kinds of rainbow candy canes.
Yeah,
what I mean?
it could have happened. It could have happened. It could not have happened. We don't know. But, welcome in, everybody. Yeah, fun week off. I do have a couple stories to share. Let's just say I understand why casinos make a lot of money, but I think I found the perfect winning strategy, and that is, of course, only available to channel members, which is why you guys must become Seymour Duck will obviously know the strategy. But in all seriousness, channel member, the best investment you could possibly make. We have like 13 of you guys right now, which is awesome. But for only $2 a month, to get access to like exclusive episodes that may or may not have got me death threats, channel member logos, the banners, all that cool stuff. Unlimited impersonation requests, which also could get me canceled, or more death threats. So you guys have my life in your hands with that $2 a month.
Wow, he gives his life for his channel members. What a guy!
By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but did YouTube give you a $200 incentive to make 2 members only videos?
Not that I'm aware of.
It must be because I don't upload anymore on my other channel. But I got it almost seemed too good to be true. But all you had to do was make 2 members only posts and make 2 members only videos on your channel, and I'd get a $200 bonus, which I'm supposedly getting next month. So there you go.
Yeah. I'll have to check and see if that's available.
I think it's because I haven't uploaded it all on my channel in like the last, I've uploaded, but just like absolutely nothing like quantity wise compared to what it used to be.
I've been a little slow lately too. It's just I've had a lot going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cashflow Kings can't do it full time, unfortunately, without your financial support. Insert the Bernie Sanders meme.
We are once again asking for your financial support.
We should totally turn that into a Cashflow Kings ad. Yeah. Dang, I missed the ball on that one. I'm gonna have to do that over the weekend. Yeah, I'll. So the 4-day gambling retreat, we came out on top. It's a rocky road, everybody. But no, it was interesting because this was the first year of me actually playing with my money. And I didn't realize how financially literate I really am until I got to those tables because I started sweating. So I'll share one story unless anybody wants to hear some others. But I was about even. I went to the casino to grab a Starbucks, of course, with my aunt. And the way that we do this basically is we will go up to the blackjack, the machines, which I've retired from. I'll get to the story, but we go up to the machines. I'll play one hand of like $5. If I win that hand, I'm cashing out. I'm just getting out, right? We use that money from that hand to buy the free Starbucks for the $5, basically. So it's like free coffee, right? New strategy that I've unlocked. So I may or may not have went through all of me and my aunt's money. Now we weren't going through a whole lot, but like still, I felt horrible. So on my defeat walk, I happened to walk by an empty table that was calling my name to it. Now, Fiscal, how familiar are you with blackjack?
I'm pretty familiar.
What are the odds of hitting a blackjack, you'd say, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like 1 being not at all likely, 10 being very likely.
Yeah.
Like a 1.
Yeah. It's hard to get them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I think I'll do the same rule. And since the minimum table amount was about the same as that we put in the total, I'll win back our money. First hand, I get a 16. Now, that's not good if you're playing blackjack. Obviously, the dealer beats me there. Second hand.
Plus they bust.
Second hand, I get a blackjack. We're even, baby. We're coming back. Third hand, I get an 11. Now, what do you do on 11, Fiscal?
You want to double your bet.
So I dug into the old wallet, put another 20 down on the line, and I got a 21. And I retired from there. I was like, nope, I'm done. Yeah. No, I'm very like, I try and if I win my first hand and it's just me playing, then I'm out.
Yeah.
I come for a good time, not a long time.
I don't know if people are aware of this, but a lot of casinos in Vegas, for example, the dealer will know what the game theory optimal play is for any hand that you get in blackjack. Yeah. And if you ask them what the book says you should do, they'll tell you.
Yeah. I'm getting into card counting too.
Don't say that in public or you'll be banned from all the casinos.
I don't gamble with a lot, so I can't get in trouble yet. But maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe in 2 years when we do the Cash Flow Kings Vegas meetup and we have a little bit of money from channel memberships. Boy, that would be fucking hilarious. I'll be honest. If we go with a bunch of channel members to Vegas, we lose like 2 years worth of the channel member subscription money right in front of them. That'd be hilarious.
It could happen. I could make it happen.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of gambling, though, a company that had the losses typically that you see with gambling this week was Target, unfortunately. And we're going to get into that as our main topic of the video. Target had a rough. So this is ironic, as Seymour Duck pointed this out. Now, do you think a company that misses revenue by 1% and misses their earnings per share by around like 20%, do you think that stock should go up 20% for the day?
Go up 20%?
Yeah, should it go up 20%?
In most cases, no. There would have to be something else going on other than those two pieces of information. But
thankfully, that's the story of Tesla stock.
Yeah.
So, same thing that happens for basically Tesla happened, like financially wise. Same thing that happens to Tesla happens to Target. Target like missed their earnings per share, or they missed their revenue by like less than 1%. So it's a dying business, and the earnings per share was pretty rough. It was around 20%. So not bullish.
Yeah, it's a big miss. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm really motivated. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do a full like deep dive video of like if I were appointed as the Target CEO, what I would do differently. And by the way, everybody, we're going to be opening viewer call-ins as well. I'm going to post that in the chat. So if any of you want to call in tonight, we're bringing those back. Yeah, would Target interest you now, do you think?
No.
At what price would it interest you?
A lot lower than today, although I'm staying mostly away from retail now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I have so much Amazon stock that I'm basically,
it'd be very contradictory.
It's like I'm competing with myself then almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ. I've never fully viewed it in that perspective. I think there's a world where Amazon and Target can mutually benefit.
I think they can
definitely.
I think they can coexist in the same world. I just think in a world where Amazon keeps taking e-commerce market share and brick and mortar has to adapt to that post-Amazon world, others may do it better. And I don't want to have to try to be the one to read those tea leaves and figure that out. I already know Amazon's going to win, so I'll just keep that.
Does it interest you any more if it were potentially dropped to like 100, that they've already made that comeback once from the whole Pride situation? And everybody's trying to paint the picture now that it's like they went woke, they went broke. It may be the most stupid argument I think I've ever heard in my entire life.
So
they're all trying to use like political
yeah,
you know what I mean, trying to use politics stuff.
I mean,
we're gonna have some accountability here too, because I do have to get something off my chest towards a certain YouTuber who likes to talk about stocks when they go down.
If it got back to like 2020 low levels, like, you know, like $90 or something, like I could see maybe taking a look.
It's gone
just
up like
because
3 or 4% since the bottom they hit.
Yeah, but
I understand. It's different because I'm in it and you're not too.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, we used to talk about that, how I would probably rather have Target than Walmart, maybe, because price wise, like Target was closer, you know, to being a good value. But I didn't have any Amazon at the time, and that kind of makes me rethink, you know, what story am I telling with the companies I've decided to buy? Like, what condition is it that I think is going to be good for this combination of companies? And like, where does Target's story fit into this portfolio? It doesn't really.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, as you say though, anything can be possible with value. This is truly a value play, everybody. By the way, like
if it dropped in half and was like $60 tomorrow, I would pick up 100 shares without even thinking about it.
Yeah. It's. I'll advise everybody that gets into this, like, be ready to wait for a while to see your returns. It's just, it matters a lot where you get in. Where I think there are some companies still that you can buy that it doesn't completely matter where you get in, i.e. Amazon. Thankfully, I own enough Amazon at this point where like the Target loss is kind of offset. Like, it's nothing wild compared to Amazon.
Yeah,
Amazon's even down still. So like, it's
Amazon. You know, they broke the Bezos wall, then they fell right back behind it.
We haven't had a show since that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson Netflix fight. We recorded on the night or the afternoon of that day, and we haven't formally talked about it. Boy, Netflix is. I was praying during the entire broadcast, like the stock gets completely, it tanks. I was just getting pissed off.
It was such a trash event. Like, they promised fireworks. The thing is, they made this big promise of how exciting and awesome it was going to be, and it sucked. So,
did you watch it?
Yeah. Legally? I have Netflix, bro.
Oh, I didn't think you did. I thought you had like HBO. No, okay. There needs to be accountability, and I see Dan Weston is in here, so I think it's only fitting that we bring the accountability hour here to the Cash Flow Kings, and this is a bit of deja vu because Fiscal. I don't know if you remember, but around this time a year ago, Joseph Carlson was trashing on Target.
Yep.
Pretty heavy. And
Yep.
I don't know if you remember Fiscal, but he hasn't really been talking about it a whole lot since it's been up and trading like in the 150s, 160s, and 170s.
Yep. True.
I don't think he's been talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
And suddenly, when Target goes down 20% in a day, Joseph Carlson says buying Target when Costco exists is like buying Paramount when Netflix exists. Sometimes you get what you pay for.
Wow. I feel called out on the Paramount thing.
I know. I was going to say, do you have any
Yeah.
initial reaction before I share mine?
I mean, at today's price, like I would rather have Paramount still than Netflix at today's price.
It's
Just saying.
like yeah. Like I think he's implying that like Target is gonna go into some like Walgreens type. You know what I mean? Like Walgreens
Maybe.
type downfall, which I just don't see happening. Like,
Well, it
he's
could.
just
I mean,
comparing it.
I do think that Target has its niche with the white suburban moms. You know.
Hey, they're diverse now. Don't make them
Yeah.
do another Pride festival.
Yeah. I think that like, but there is like an upper middle class lady from the suburbs will feel comfortable in a Target in a way she wouldn't feel comfortable in a Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then of course our boy Dividend Dude is coming on next week, which I know he says this. Nah, this is wild. Target shareholders mad. Double D's, I just gotta I'm gonna say how it is. You can't be switching up on companies and coincidentally doing it for potential engagement. I'm not saying that Double D's is, or maybe Joseph is. More Joseph, maybe. Doing it for engagements when the stock goes down. I just think that's lame behavior. You can't be like, what just bothers me is that there's no acknowledgement of when a company was doing good or was, I should say this, sorry, trading good, when it was trading good, because that's the way that some people like to go off of their fundamentals.
Right.
Here.
Yeah. We mean the chart was up and to the right.
Yeah, especially last 5 years, 6 months, maybe, if we want to make it really cool.
Yeah.
You just can't switch up when it hurts my head. I'm sorry. It hurts my head.
You don't like it when people are for a company, then against it when the chart starts to look a little bit ugly for a little while. And then suddenly it's good again when it goes back up.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of loser behavior. I mean, I'll be honest. Like it's
I mean, I'm sure there's people that are freaking out about Amazon going back under 200 again. But bro, it's fine. It's fine.
It's and I think it's extremely unfair as well to be comparing Target to Costco.
Yeah, they're different,
completely different niche of retail.
Yeah.
Somebody actually did make a comment about how, this guy's showing up the people. Oh yeah, advising people to buy Costco with a 55p and Target with a 12p. Like,
yeah, and I'll say this for you. At today's prices, if like I had to buy one, I'd probably pick Target over Costco. At today's prices.
Yeah. Value matters, everybody. We do have a special viewer,
but the market doesn't always agree.
We do have a special viewer call in, by the way, and it's none other than episode 32 veteran Bacon Memes. Bacon obviously has gone through a lot of trauma from that night. I commend him for still showing up to the Cash Flow Kings, potentially putting his life on the risk. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that only channel members know of. Bacon, what has been good with you? Have you been gambling at all recently? Have you been, I don't know.
I have not, man. I was yelled at by Dan to get in here. I don't know why, but hi guys, how y'all doing?
I think it's
yeah. We need Dan in here.
Dan's got a lot of comments tonight.
Dan does, and I appreciate that. Dividend Dude is the kind of guy to say McDonald's is overvalued at $260 and yet undervalued.
So some jabs getting thrown around.
Look, like you guys know Schrodinger's stock, it's simultaneously both overvalued and undervalued, and you don't know which until you look at it.
Yeah, it's about the chart and what the people say in the comment section replies. That's the only way to judge your opinion or thesis on a company. Bacon, are you interested in Target? I'm just reading that comment from Fried Muffin while I'm talking to you. I'll put it up for a second. Bacon, are you interested in Target at all after this 20% collapse?
Not right this second, but then again, though, it's more so just like how my portfolio is constructed right now.
Yeah.
At this time, and fairness to people that like decide to go with Target, like retail is a really difficult business for many people to get their heads around. World's big and also very complex, filled with nuances and difficulties. And like I could see some people being like, Target is my champion, and other people being like, Dollar General's my champion. And that reaction, Fiscal, that was great. But and again, I could see arguments for and against on each of them and their inherent relative strengths or previous decision making being characteristics, both good and both bad. And it's a tough world out there. Best of luck, y'all.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like these businesses, they get by on low to mid single digit net margins at the end of the day, and that doesn't leave a lot of room for error either.
Who was it that was talking about retail? It was dividend due to margins. That's a legendary story that not many people know.
Yeah,
with utilities, we'll keep it at that.
Sagig 72 has an interesting question.
It does. Well, first of all, let's talk about him because the stock has been
let's
down.
Talk about him
right?
using the word hymns and monster grower in the same sentence. Right?
I see what you're going with.
Quote of the year potentially there. I think me and Fiscal kind of stand on the same thing. We're just in Amazon right now, so I mean it's kind of a dual-edged sword there if we were to
I like the business that Hims is, and I do think that they've got some brand recognition going for them, and it's one of those things where they might be able to coexist with Amazon. But if Amazon's doing pharmacy, like, why do I need another online pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
If Amazon's doing retail essentially through e-commerce, what do I need more retailers for? I just don't see where Hims would fit in the current portfolio.
I don't like that terminology. I mean the stock is down, so it's not good. It's obviously a low quality. It's not a compounder, not what you want to see. And if I had to compare to Hims to another company in my portfolio that's been up a lot recently, perhaps like Visa or maybe Microsoft or Costco, even though it's on my portfolio, it's still not a good company. Why would I buy it when I could buy Costco, dude?
I do think Hims is actually a good company, though. I think they've got. I mean, I like their concept at the very least, and their branding, and specifically the things that they sort of target. They're ongoing things. They're not helping guys with their hair and their erections is, you're gonna have, like, if it works, like, the guy's gonna keep ordering. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very addictive.
A lot of recurring revenue.
Hey, you never. What is it? Was it just for hair loss that you use it for? I'm not too familiar with like.
So they offer. There are several compounds that have been around a long time now, so they're available generic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they offer the same, by a different name, the same chemicals that are in Viagra, like Rogaine, Cialis, like these things that treat these, male pattern baldness and, your junk not working right. Like those are the things that those are the products they're most well known for. I think they do have some stuff like for the ladies now as well, Hims and Hers, so to speak, but they're more well known for the basically like the generic, like and they're chewables, not always pills. and stuff. They have like different
Oh.
forms of the medications now, and oh yeah, the weight loss stuff too. They have some stuff.
Sweet.
That's
If they're like doing the Ozempic stuff, I'm more like
I don't think it's
that.
Ozempic, but because that's too new to be generic. But
If
something
I
else.
recall correctly with Hims, I thought that there was like a recency thing where they were allowed to do some GLP-1s once inventories were able to match up with demand better. And I
Yeah.
believe that pipeline like got corrected and Hims is temporarily
But
put out
it
for
wouldn't
now,
be.
but I'm
I
not
don't think it
sure.
would be Ozempic specifically because the IP hasn't got aged enough for them to go generic yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not an expert in the space. I just recall seeing news on that, and I'm not sure on the timeline. But it's I could see it, but it's not my play, not my style.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
Dan with a great comment here. The rapid growth,
Yeah.
no pun intended. Yeah. Real funny, Dan. Remember, I just turned 19, Dan, so watch yourself. Dirty comments and the cash flow kings won't be toted.
Corrupting his young mind.
Yeah. This is interesting. What happened to Target was an inventory issue caused by the strike that was a few months back. Whomever advising them on the issue failed them. From what I saw, Dan, and we have the earnings report pulled up and stuff. I saw that it was due to people just spending less. But if it was just a inventory management thing, like that's twice that it's happened now in the last 4 years. Not bullish. I gotta actually look into this to see if it is, because that would kind of concern me. Strike. They don't mention it in the earnings report. Dan, if you could link something to me where they like mention that specifically, I'd appreciate that. But no, if that's true, that's not bullish. I genuinely this is probably good, but like I was telling everybody, like I could open my portfolio and see that I'm losing like $200 or $300. I wouldn't care at all. Like what would happen with Target, basically. I lose $10 at the blackjack table and I want to kill myself. It's
Money has a funny way.
I know. It's funny.
Physical money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it there and it's gone.
It's true. Your emotional connection to like physical currency is like higher.
Yeah, like while you're living, breathing, like in that moment, rather than digital numbers on a screen. I mean, it's still $1 is $1, but
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I get more emotional about the numbers on the screen because it's definitely like an ego check when a stock you really thought was great, like just craters.
It's funny because I literally made a video as I was mentioning about that like $200 bonus or whatever. I also uploaded it on our channel, like what I was gonna do with Target or like where I'd sell out, like a week before this all happened, which is very ironic. So now 170 seems like a very far stretch. Could happen though.
It could.
It's weird. I'm like, my conviction is just very high still. Like,
so here's the other, like, I said, maybe I'm not really gonna get into Target right now, but on the flip side, they're down a substantial amount, and the stuff they're gonna like the numbers for like their Black Friday sales and stuff are gonna be on their next earnings. So if you think they're gonna have a strong finish, like a good holiday season and stuff, then guess what? There's probably going to be a rally like when those numbers come out.
Yeah.
Right. So, assuming they don't miss again during the missing actually in Q4 would probably be even worse for them. So,
all right, more accountability before I do it next week. But Dividend Dude also posted a tweet. Hot take. Target is not a good opportunity at 13 times earnings right here.
No.
Their business and their type of retail seems to be on decline. Target right now gives me early Walgreens vibes. It looks cheap and earnings continue to disappoint and not grow. The cheap get cheaper.
Interesting.
That's Walgreens vibes?
Walgreens vibes, apparently.
That's a bit extreme, don't you think? Maybe.
Yeah. Walgreens literally
Let's look
had
at the
like every
response.
possible thing go wrong, like all at once in a really short period of time, and they're still alive. By the way, they haven't gone bankrupt yet.
I mean, I'm of the opinion, and I've said this multiple times, but I think it becomes a really fun play, like around the $100 level. I think right now it's a hold. I wouldn't buy any, but I think around 100, that's a pretty good deal. And it's not like there's nobody in those stores. As we have real life due diligence here, Cabo says it was packed today.
Yeah, I still go here and there. Like I don't live as close to a Target as I used to, but if I'm on that side of town, sometimes I'll stop in, and yeah, there's always people there. Like it's not like there's nobody going to Target. You go in and the aisles are empty and there's no customers. That's not the case. Now, Walgreens, sometimes it's like, other than the like sketchy people hanging out in the parking lot, there's not really.
Yeah. This guy says Target doesn't bring real value to its customers. The selling point is the vibes. Kmart incoming.
That's also pretty extreme. But
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I guess when stocks go down 20%, you can get away with saying pretty extreme things.
One of the parts of the person that said Kmart, especially, part of Kmart's problem was that they felt cheap. Like, then Target is the one that people go to when they want to go somewhere that doesn't feel cheap.
Somebody said something in there, and it was like
It is a little bit vibes, though. They did have a point with that remark.
Yeah, somebody said something that like they went woke. It's. I just respond. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. So did Disney. Yet, here we are up massively in the last few weeks.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good recently. Target walked so Disney could run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to just see more. I'm trying to see if anybody else is talking about the mismanagement of the inventory like Dan claims, because that would actually be concerning because they've messed up inventory twice now in the last 4 years. Buc-ee's should IPO. Yep. Oh yeah, that's like giant gas stations they have. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like a Walmart size gas station, I guess, is what from what I hear.
I would be very curious to see how people, like, if they tried to expand like into the Northeast or wherever they're not. I'm not 100% familiar.
I think part of their whole identity though is being like a uniquely Texas thing.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
They're expanding. I suspect that if they ever did IPO, it would be quite expensive.
Yeah, probably 100x.
Probably rightfully so. Some might argue
Costco of gas stations.
Yeah, like imagine if Chick-fil-A IPO'd. The restaurant space is weird. Some of them like trade really dirt cheap, and you're like, do I want to own Denny's? And then others are like, yeah, we're crazy expensive. Deal with it. It's just like a weird space. How like different, optically expensive or cheap things look.
This might be quote of the year. Somebody submit this right now. I have to worry about my wife's wallet when she goes to Target. I have to worry about my wife's car when she goes to Walgreens. Are you implying that most Walgreens are in bad neighborhoods and that some certain people could take those cars, Cabo?
Are you urban that Ryan keeps talking about?
You implying this? There we go. We got Steve in the chat. Target in Connecticut seems to be doing fine.
Ooh, clearance Lego. I heard that's hard to get your hands on.
I think I talked about this, but I want to get back into Legos. I don't know why. I'm having that like the masculine urge to just drop $300 on a mega Lego set for adults and just spend 3 weeks on it.
Another
probably not a good financial move.
If they IPO'd, ooh boy, I could just see it being really expensive.
A full port into Legos. Yeah, but Netflix is a cool thing to own. So,
yeah. And what are their market caps, by the way? Like, is it? I'm sure Disney's market cap is sufficiently large to justify the fact that they have 2 times the amount of free cash flow as Netflix, right?
Netflix is. I guess you could say that Netflix's free cash flow is buffering.
Very nice.
I actually didn't see. Did Netflix's stock go
Yeah.
down after the event?
So Seymour, I was actually that is something that's kind of the joke I was making. Yeah, that Netflix has a higher market cap than both of those entertainment conglomerates combined, even though they only have streaming.
This is ridiculous. Netflix is up 9% since the event a week ago. That's just ridiculous.
Because it
I
was
might
so
short it.
It was such an exciting boxing match. Duh.
Yeah, obviously. I was just getting. How often was it buffering for you? Because it was like every 2 minutes.
Oh, so I ended up just watching the replay the next day.
Smart man.
Yeah.
And you're 3 hours behind too. You didn't have to.
I avoided the spoilers and all that. So
yeah, you might have wanted to see the spoilers to save you the 15
well,
minutes.
To be honest, I skipped and I skipped all the undercards of people I don't care about and haven't heard of. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Disney and Comcast combined. Yeah. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's funny. I used to own Comcast.
Yeah. Rest in peace. What an arc. I know, this is a great comment. Can you take a few minutes? Oh, we would love to. To how far you believe high tide can get 2x, 5x more. Not advised.
According to Blake, if you wait long enough, it's a 10x.
It's about patience.
If you wait long enough. Now that assumes Germany happens, and possibly the US down the line, I think.
I'm writing my final paper on high tide for my management class. We had to pick a Fortune 1000 company, and I asked, like, hey, the market cap is 250 million. Can I do it? And Blake is actually helping me with the assignment too. He's not doing it for me, but you have to find like a pivotal point in history where they had to make a change.
Yeah. But I do think that just with what they have, because they have growth left, they haven't fully penetrated the market in Canada. Mm-hmm. And Germany, I saw that they were hiring for like some kind of operations director over there. So it seems like they're pretty sure that Germany's going to happen. So I would say they can still almost double probably in Canada. And then Germany is a whole new territory. They could probably 2 to 3x just on that without the US and still be relatively cheap because they're trading for a really, I think, kind of mediocre multiple of free cash flow. They're not valued like a growth company at all at the moment. So that's where I'm at with that.
Put down the red 40.
Also, no, you did not miss any discussion about the potential breakup of Google.
Wait, okay. Dan, if you want to come back in here, I'll let you in. I saw you backstage, Dan. Potential breakup of Google. We're going to break up Google. Google's such a nasty company. The CEO is Indian. He texts me all day long. He says, Donald, I love you. You're the best. And I said, you're fake news. Get off me. You're like, Elon, I don't want to be near you. You're like, on my dick. I don't like it. Okay.
Listen, they're big in terms of computer. All right.
They're big in terms of computer. My son Baron tells me they're like the best. And Bobby Kennedy, he's a good guy. He doesn't like Google too because they shadow banned Red 40. I don't like it at all. Put down the cheeseburger and put up the barbell. Yeah. Dan needs to come back on here to explain this target theory that he has. No, it's absolutely there's a lot of conditions that need to fit if you're gonna buy Target here. Value matters a lot.
By the way,
age.
I still think even at the current price, Disney's not too unreasonable.
No. Is it unreasonable compared to Amazon, though? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at with Amazon for the moment. Now, Google dropped recently, didn't they? Backed into the 160s.
I believe I saw that. Dividend dude put out the tweet.
Next time I've got some cash freed up, if they're still at that level, I could see myself getting into the search and ad business.
You're not worried that Trump's gonna break them up?
No, like Lena Khan's done. She's cooked.
Lena Khan doesn't attack. First of all, she only goes after Amazon. It's not the max. It's just Amazon and grocery stores.
Yeah.
That brings me so much joy that she's going to be gone.
No, actually, I heard the Google thing actually predates her. It's like an old case that's just like been developing slowly in the background. But no,
she wrote a thesis essay in middle school about it.
I think that any idea that a big corporation's getting broken up in the next 4 years is probably cooked. I don't see it happening. I don't see them as being antitrust busters.
Yeah, I know that. Thankfully, they're behind all the donations for all the political campaigns too, so they call the shots.
Yep. Get the company, buy the stocks where the company has the best lobbying budget.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised of how Apple's kind of attained its 200s price level for like the last 6 months.
Yeah, in spite of having zero growth.
Yeah. But Apple Intelligence, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and robotaxis and Optimus Prime.
Have you been buying anything recently, Fiscal, or you've just been?
No, I've just been sitting and waiting. I don't know. It's been a lot of sitting and waiting. I still have a few small positions I want to exit to like try to get my cash up a little bit, and then start hunting for that next deal or add to something I've got.
On the topic of sitting and waiting, we have somebody sitting and waiting backstage. And it's none other than Dan Weston, and Dan has a few bones to pick here with Dividend Dude and McDonald's to start off. But he's muted.
God damn it! Okay,
much better.
If you push the button, it just does it. Fucking mic, but
we'll pull up some context here. Dividend Dude, McDonald's. Put it in Twitter.
What happened? What?
Here we go. I'm trying to find.
No, you saw I attacked him for his shitty take on McDonald's in your Discord. I got violently assaulted back, which is fine. And then what? Because he was like saying McDonald's was a crap investment when it was like 250, 260.
Yet another person gets jumped in Ryan's Discord. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then not what? 2 months later, McDonald's is like 320, drops to 300, and then he tweets, all of a sudden it's undervalued out of the blue. It's obviously, we know what he's doing. He's engagement farming, right? Because people want to see if McDonald's goes from 320 to 300. You want to go on Twitter and you want people to say that it's an undervalued stock you should buy. He's just providing an affirmation to people that have no idea what they're doing. And he gets views and makes money. So
you wonder how much
useless finance content, which is all he does. So
I like this ruthless aggression from Dan.
Under the bus.
He's describing the dividend talks method.
The dividend talks method is, by the way, we got unblocked on Twitter and we can like see all of his posts now. So I'm just copying and pasting all the dividend talks tweets into our feed and we get a bunch of followers from there. It's a great method to,
Bacon can ask you
followers.
When McDonald's was under 250, people would ask me in Capital Mindset if they should buy it. I'm like, I think you'll make money, but I don't think it's that appealing of an investment. But to me, it had to be down like when Ukraine invaded. That was the time to buy McDonald's. The 250 point was when like they had some of they had a drop in like operating revenue for a while, and I'm like, I don't think anybody in their 20s should be buying McDonald's anyways. Honestly,
yeah.
But,
hey, I own it. I own it for the pride.
Yeah, it's not that much for you. It's fine. So.
If SCHG were to ever go down a lot, then McDonald's like was somewhat where it's at right now. I totally swap it out, but I own enough.
No, I was gonna say what Target. So
okay, let's get into this.
It's not like some strong take. What and this is from management's discussions with reporters and the quarterly transcripts. So I just looked at it this week. Basically, it looked like they thought, I think someone must have advised Target management that this longshoreman strike was going to go on for a longer time. So they bought a lot of their holiday inventory in advance of the strike, which means they would have paid excess shipping on it, right? For to expedite the deliveries to make sure they had all their inventory ready for the holiday season. And you can see their costs of revenue are up this quarter, right? And I think it's gross profits are down. So that kind of makes sense. Inventories are up. So what happened, they did this huge order up front. The longshoreman strike lasted like 3 days. And they couldn't adjust their orders now because they made orders for the whole year. They locked in these orders without the information that consumer discretionary spending actually went down in that time. So they kind of got screwed on two ends, right?
Double whammy.
Yeah, they got double hit by they messed up on the strike and they messed up on the ordering amount. Where if they hadn't ordered it all up front, they probably could have adapted to their inventory levels because they would have seen the reduced spend.
Do you remember when
Target's management effed up twice? Like, that's what you could say.
You remember when they messed it up like 2 years ago?
Oh yeah.
Do you think this is worse or? I know that was horrible. Like that was like a 50% drop 2 years ago, but think this is better or worse? Who
advised them about the strike, right? You would have thought someone would have come in and talked to them about how long they could expect the strike to go. So somebody must have told them it could have been like, it's going to go on for months. And I'm in a union. I could have told you this is going to be a short strike.
Yeah. Or
there's just too much on the line for this to go on long.
Like management may have just convinced themselves that they knew what was going to happen with the strike too. That I have seen that happen where sometimes people at a high level in a company think that everything that they think is a good idea or is smart or is playing chess when really it's not.
I mean, you can have the worst case optics on a union strike. It looks terrible. They're not even talking. And then 2 days later, you have a deal. It can turn on a dime, right?
Especially
union people, we're always ready to negotiate and get a deal done. There's no like, we're not talking. Like that's not happening.
With a strike like that, also you have like people at the highest level of government are highly motivated to make sure that doesn't drag on, right?
Oh, yeah.
And when you have that mixed in there, I think it's more likely than not like some kind of extreme action will be taken to make sure it doesn't go on for months and months and months or whatever they were worried about.
Yeah, I didn't think it would last more than maybe 2 weeks. And that would even, I thought it was going to be over quick as soon as they went on strike. So
they must have been afraid of the union leader they had who had the earring and lived in the giant mansion and he claimed victim. They must have been terrified of him.
People, the first thing they comment is how much he makes. Like my union leader makes more than the governor. Like, I think they deserve it.
We don't like Kathy Hochul here in New York.
None of the people that I know that work on ports, like none of them were worried about the strike lasting for outside that week, basically.
That's what I was thinking because there was like too much on the line.
Yeah.
And I think they were close. I think it was some of the language still is going to get worked out, but they'll figure it out.
Is Target interesting for you at these prices, Dan, or has it got a dip more, which is kind of general consensus here?
I'd need more.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I don't. Bacon can tell you, I really don't like Target.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, I just think they're in a weird place. Like
they've been in a weird place for the last 5 years.
I know, because you got like Walmart is the discount retailer, right? If you just want to buy stuff for the cheapest price, you go to Walmart. So Target can't be Walmart because Walmart's better at it. So like there has to be some sort of attachment to going to Targets. Like the experience is better, or you go there because you like to shop there. It's not because it's like the best deals. And I don't really like that thesis like myself. I guess they're not going bankrupt, but
yeah. The Joseph Carlson and Dividend Dude method is it's not coming.
I mean, you need local. There's like local chains are closing, like baby stores are struggling. Like there's a market for Target.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've said pretty much since probably episode 1 of the Cash Flow Kings that Target is for the people who want to go shopping, but would just really rather not be caught dead in a Walmart.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm a big Tractor Supply guy. If you're going to make, it's a superior operator in every way. So I don't really want to buy Targets.
But I think Target is like a benefactor of like the downfall of the mall, the traditional mall in the US.
Yeah, it has that feel.
Yeah. Because I think if you could go to a mall and like just like, go to all like the nice outlet stores and whatever, like would Target be as successful as they have managed to be over the last like say 10, 15, 20 years?
It could be interesting though if tariffs get placed across the board, which I doubt. But if he did that, TJ Maxx, think about that.
Yeah.
So you'd have now all of a sudden all these clothing, people, all these companies shipping their clothing in are going to have tariffs, right? Which means they're going to have to raise their prices. You're probably going to have to order less inventory. So they're going to have this glut of inventory that TJ Maxx might be able to swoop in and do well with. So and at the same time, consumer spending might be improving. Kind of a thought.
What do you think about Joseph Carlson hopping back on the Target hate bandwagon? Because I know you love Joseph Carlson so much. I figured I'd bring it up.
I like Joseph. I don't know. I know your point. Like he does like to needle stocks out of the blue.
Oh, I just think it's hilarious because we've literally been since Target's been up for like the last 9 months or whatever. Me and Fiscal have just been like joking about like pointing back to it, probably like every other episode. And now that it's happening again, it's just even more funny. I'm not even mad. It's just it's funny.
Yeah. No, he's not the one that, he doesn't beat it down. He just waits he takes his shots, right? He waits for you to be down and then he kicks you in the face. That's kind of what he does.
Okay, let's wait for a stock that I don't own to drop a lot and then talk and remind everybody, see, I don't own this and I'm right and I'm so smart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Famous words of Joseph Carlson, quote of the year candidate 2023.
But he also pretty much just buys stocks that are popular that have a lot of momentum. Like that's all he does.
His one big claim to fame is Texas Roadhouse. Like I'll give him that one. That was all him. But
I do and when it comes to Texas Roadhouse, I do have to say eating there is fun. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite like fast casual type chains. I don't eat a ton of chain restaurant food, but I make an exception for Texas Roadhouse. I've actually heard Longhorn is good. I want to see which one's better.
Longhorn is solid. I can't eat it at Texas Roadhouse or I'll die, but Longhorn's pretty good.
Okay.
Before we head out here, Seymour Duck asks brings up an interesting point. If you live in Japan and own more than 100 McDonald's shares, you'll receive 6 free meal coupons a year because you get gifts thrown in companies in Japan. So we need some Japanese imperialism back in the United States.
Maybe Starbucks could start doing that for you. They
gotta do that in China. They gotta find it out.
Actually, some American, like I've heard that if you have a certain amount of Carnival Cruise stock, you can get like discounts on cruises and stuff.
So, Royal Caribbean, you get credits on the boat if you own 100 shares.
Yeah. So those cruise line stocks, man, that's really bullish for the leisure seeker.
When we start the CFK portfolio, we'll put everything in like Carnival Cruise at the beginning of it. And like we'll do a trip and we'll just redeem our our $10 in casino chips for the casino there. Marquise also put in a funny comment. I called that. Yeah, good for you, Marquise. We appreciate that. We like transparency here on the Cash Flow Kings. With that said, Dividend Dude is coming on to the show next week. So Dan, if you want to come on, I think that'd be a fun little. I think that'd be fun.
I have lots of clips. I have lots of clips saved of him. But,
no! Oh no!
Dan's been going through like every one of the episodes we've done with him. Apparently, Arya and him are not boys anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Sad times.
Wait, if you're in Ryan's Discord, you might wake up one day and I just blast Dividend Dude in his Discord.
Anything can happen.
I save up stuff maybe someday.
I mean, before you do that, I mean, just remember he's but a wee lad, you know.
Hey, I'm the same age as him. It was just his birthday.
I know.
Fair game. If I can get attacked by Joseph Carlson, I think Dan has every right to do it.
But you know,
I'm joking.
I worry that he'll like take it personally and, you know, be a little bit hurt over it. Like, really though.
What makes you think that?
because of all the.
That's a joke. We don't need to get into that. That's members only.
Okay.
Apologies once again. No weekly recap. There's nothing to recap.
I just think he puts a lot of emphasis on multiples and ratios and earnings, not triple B earnings, right?
I mean, that's a Twitter thing though. Like,
yeah, I've seen other people like that. Like,
yeah. I mean, all of financial Twitter is basically people posting the same.
Say it how it is.
They missed. They hit. This is at a forward PE. This has the, you know, the best.
Not bullish.
the best PEG ratio. This one has, you know, the highest gross margins, like the top 10 gross margins in the S&P 500 list and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all of them.
10 stocks I pulled out of my ass to buy.
The top 20 ROIC companies. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's the greatest hits.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Entertainment. All right. So tune in next week, everybody. Dividend will be on. Maybe Dan will come on. And maybe it will be a members only video after next week. Who knows? It'll be a fun time though, regardless. We appreciate you all for watching. Give us your money. Keep your pride. Get my channel member $2 a month. We instead of giving Dividend Talks $2 for his Twitter subscription, give it to us on the Cashflow Kings, and I'll do any impersonation you want. Put my life on the line. Death threats for the channel members. I do it all. Thank you all for watching. Smash like and subscribe. Do dividend stocks, not drugs, and of course, remember, cash flow is king. Oh yeah.